Jennifer Spivey. I want to welcome you to the Connect podcast. Thank you for joining me today. I think what I want to continue what we started on the blog this week and continue this conversation about praying for others' success. And it really as part of a larger conversation about activating abundance in our lives, not really only in our lives, but also in the lives of people around us. So I think this episode will be the beginning of a short series on activating abundance, crushing that scarcity mentality, and we'll explore some practical ways that we can step into the fullness of God's provision and purpose in our leadership and ministry without competition. We are part of a team. So I want to start today with a little statement that's just stayed with me for a lot of years. Early in my spiritual journey, I followed a preacher who said something that would change the way I view ministry and leadership years later. He said, "What you make happen for others, God will make happen for you." You may have heard that statement before. What you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. At the time, it was such a formative moment for me. And so I realized that in God's kingdom, we're not competitors. We're co-laborers, as you and I have said before. It was such a blessing to learn and grow under someone who truly recognized that success and truth, all of this belongs to the Lord. Even though he was our leader, even though he was our pastor, he genuinely wanted us to succeed. And that teaching instilled in us a heart to want to see others win, because it wasn't a threat to us. It was a celebration of God's greater work. Even Jesus said that we would do greater works than he did, right? That principle, learning to rejoice in the success of others, kind of ties directly into what I want to share with you today in just a practical way that we're going to overcome that scarcity mentality, overcome envy in ministry and really in life, activate abundance. That one way to do that is to pray for others out of a sincere desire to see them win. And so what gets in the way of that is this scarcity mentality. And that's this mindset that somehow there isn't going to be enough to go around. It whispers lies like, well, if they're winning, it must mean that I'm losing. If they're successful, it must mean that I'm not successful. But this is the truth. God's abundance is real, and it's for all of us. Acts 10:34 reminds us that God does not show favoritism. It says that God's no respecter of persons. What he gives to one, he truly offers to all. There's always enough, and his gifts are abundant. When we embrace that abundance, we're going to stop seeing other people as competition and start celebrating together. When we start walking out of that abundance and leave behind the scarcity mentality, we'll realize that we all can succeed and we'll want to see each other succeed. That's the heart of God. And so one of the most powerful ways we can put this into practice is by praying. Praying for someone else's success shifts our perspective. Instead of comparison and envy, our hearts move toward collaboration and partnership. When we lift others up in prayer, it reminds me that their victories do not take away from us. In fact, it helps us notice all the ways that God is already working in our lives. And that prayer doesn't just shift our perspective, it changes our heart. And so asking God to bless someone else, to expand their influence, to grow their gifts, frees me from jealousy. Over time, that jealousy or that envy is replaced by joy, encouragement, and a desire to see God glorified in every life, not only ours. The Bible gives us a lot of guidance here, and I listed a lot of scripture, probably too much, on the blog this week, so you can visit connectmentoringnetwork.org and check it out. It's literally a list on the blog. But here I'll just read a couple. James 3:14 through 16 says, "If you have bitter envy and selfish ambitions in your heart, do not boast and be false to the truth. For where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there will be disorder and every vile practice." Let's throw that out right now. Let's not have jealousy. On the flip side, Colossians 1:9 and 10, we have Paul continually praying that others may be filled with the knowledge of God's will. Others would bear fruit in every good work and increasing in the knowledge of God. And so together, these verses show that prayer isn't just about seeing someone else successful. It's also about transforming our own hearts, helping us celebrate, support, and partner others with the work of God's kingdom. You can't compete with me. I want you to win too, right? You've seen that as well. So let's make this practical. Here are some ways that you could put this into action even this week. I would encourage you to pray for your own heart. Ask the Lord to reveal any jealousy or comparison, and then if he does reveal any jealousy, release it back to him. Pray something really simple. Lord, free me from comparison. Help me lead with humility and a pure heart. That's all it takes. We don't have to overcomplicate this. You don't have to overthink it. How about picking one person in ministry and pray for them every day this week? Father, bless their work. May it bear fruit that honors you. If they win, you will win. Respond in the moment. If envy arises, immediately pray a blessing over that person. Lord, help me rejoice with those who rejoice and speak blessing over their life. And the last one on my list, but there's a lot of ways to do this, send an encouragement, write a note, share a post, make a comment, leave a heart for someone whose ministry is flourishing, and pray for them. God, thank you for the growth you are bringing through them. Keep increasing their influence for your glory. And remember that praying for others isn't just about what they achieve. It's about allowing God to reshape our hearts. Envy and jealousy shrinks the kingdom, but prayer, sincere prayer for others' success, expands it. So I just want to continue to commit to celebrating, praying, and rejoicing together. I want to crush that scarcity mentality, embrace the abundance of God, and see his kingdom grow. If you are a ministry leader, an emerging leader, or someone just ready to take the next step in your God-given calling, you don't have to do it alone. Connect Mentor Network is here to come alongside you, provide resources, provide guidance, and help you grow in your calling. So visit connectmentoringnetwork.org and you can explore resources. You can join our email list. You can download a free ebook and just check it out, see how we can support you, take a look around, and when you're ready, reach out, because I'd love to help you take that next step in ministry and in your walk with Christ. So friend, let's keep praying for each other. Let's keep celebrating one another. Let's keep living fully in the abundance that Christ promises. Let's activate his abundance in our lives and crush that scarcity mentality that the enemy wants to put into your spirit. Thanks for joining me on the Connect podcast today, and I can't wait to connect with you again soon.